If we open up the TSS homepage, we can see that it's lots of HTML. And this is HTML that we're familiar with. So it has the HTML tag, start the doc type at top, and then it has a head section and the body section. And inside the body, there's a header and a nav, and we see all these elements that we're familiar with. The unordered list that has LIs, and each LI has a hyperlink, right? An A element. So we see all of those, and we see an image tag. And as we look through this is familiar HTML. Now we're going to learn how to write CSS. Well, part of our start code is a style sheet that already has CSS, and that's the TSS layout.css. And let's kind of look at what style looks like, how CSS is structured. So whenever we want to add style, we do it with style rules. And a style rule looks like this. It has a selector and an opening curly brace, and then a series of property value pairs. And there can be any number of those. There can be one or more of those kind of style properties. Here's an example of what that would look like. This one says a head H1. And we recognize that as a HTML element. And then here's a property color and a value, a property text align, and a value center. Now, white space, just like in HTML, white space in CSS doesn't matter to the browser. So you can write it like this, spread out over multiple lines, or you can put it all on a single line together. Either way, it will demonstrate it the same way. Now, here in this TSS layout, if we look at that, we see that it follows this same pattern. There's the selector, in this case it's body, and then there's a series of property value pairs. And as you look through this, you'll see that the selector can be more complex. And we're going to learn different ways to do selectors, and they can become very long and complex. Also notice that in some cases here we have a property and a single value, and in some cases we have a property that has multiple values. And we'll learn about how to do those kind of styles. For now, we want to connect this TSS layout style to the home page. Now, we've done this before, but we'll go ahead and do it again. We want to add a link tag. This is in the head section of the HTML, is how we connect it to a style sheet. So in here, we put the link tag, and the link tag has an attribute href, and this tells us where that file is. Now we're right here on home. We need to go inside the styles folder. So we type styles / and then we want TSS layout.css. And that connects it to that file. And we want to say what that relationship is. And we do that with the rel attribute. And in here, we're going to put style sheet. And that's our entire link tag. So we'll just end that. And there we've got the link tag. Now we want to save this, and we can go back to where we had this open and we can refresh it. Notice how it changed it. Now the style that's in this particular style sheet only has to do with layout. And what it did is it said put the navigation on the left, put the articles in the middle, and put the aside section on the right. And then if we scroll down, we'll see that there's a footer section at the very bottom. So the only thing that add was this layout that put them side by side. And that's the style that we're going to get for free, and the rest we'll add.